Back to the morning show. We are in our chemistry lab, kitchen, whatever area here on the morning show. We've got Jesse Miller with us this morning. Chemistry lesson number 2, a good one for Thanksgiving. That's right. We talked about how to prepare for Thanksgiving, and now we're going to talk about what to do after you've indulged.
Yes.
That's right.
Besides taking a nap.
Antacids. That's the subject for today.
Right. So, you know, I don't know. Most people, and you probably shouldn't, but most people overeat on Thanksgiving. There's just so much food. And if you're like me, that you need something to kind of help you around afterwards.
Sure.
Now, antacids all have, for the most part, have something in common. The one that doesn't is baking soda, like Alka-Seltzer is baking soda. We're not going to talk about this particular, but I just wanted to say that you could just take a teaspoon of baking soda, put it in water, and drink it, and it's about the same thing as an Alka-Seltzer. Alka-Seltzer also adds aspirin. Right, so you know, you can take an aspirin in this. If you don't have an Alka-Seltzer, seriously, you can just take a teaspoon of baking soda and some warm water and just drink it, and it'll work really well.
That sounds so much less appealing.
It does, but you know, we're looking for relief.
Get you better.
That's right.
We're looking to get you better.
Okay, so so your stomach produces a lot of acid. Okay, to digest the food. There's acid and there's enzymes it produces, and if you eat too much, it produces too much acid. It backs up. You get heartburn, or your stomach doesn't feel good. You get a little sour stomach. And what you want to do is you want to neutralize some of that acid so you don't feel so bad. And that's what these antacids do. Obviously, anti-acid. It neutralizes it, and they're all strong bases. Okay. Now, strong base we define as anything that gives off a hydroxide ion directly into the water. The thing that's kind of cool about these, well, for instance, Tums is calcium hydroxide. Okay, Tums and Rolaids, calcium hydroxide. Milk of magnesia is magnesium hydroxide. Malox is magnesium and aluminum hydroxide. So there are all these hydroxide salts that when you ingest them, it gives off this base which counteracts the acid. Okay. Now the thing that's kind of cool about these is they actually make what we call a buffer solution. And a buffer solution resists pH change. pH is acidity. Okay. And so as your stomach continues to produce more acid, this continues to resist that and to neutralize it. And we can show that real quick. Here I just have water and I got a magnetic stir going on in here.
So the baking soda won't do that? The baking soda won't resist?
It will. It will. It doesn't, it dissolves all at once, so it's kind of a one-shot thing. It buffers a little bit, but it doesn't, it's over pretty quick. But you can just drink more. It's not going to hurt you any. So this is our stomach. We're going to put some indicator in here. Now this indicator changes colors based on the pH. Now right now, red would be acidic, it goes like the colors of the rainbow, and the other end of the spectrum, the blue and the violet, is for base. And I just dumped that in. There we go. So right now you can see the water's basic, and that's because it's tap water, and here in Champaign-Urbana we make our tap water basic for corrosion purposes. So we're going to add a little acid here. This is actually the type of acid that's in your stomach. This is
a little more
hydrochloric acid. Let's see if we can get that to red. I might not be able to get it to red. All right. So now we have our stomach. It's got plenty of acid in it, and we've eaten, and we're not feeling so good.
This looks like an upset stomach.
Yes, it is an upset stomach. So we're gonna add some milk of magnesia. Now, I forgot to shake it up. Sorry, folks. This has been sitting in my.
I was going to say, I didn't want to say anything, but I noticed the date on top of it. And
there we go.
Demonstration purposes only.
That's right. So we're going to take our milk of magnesia, and as you can see, it's starting to turn a little bit bluish. Let's see if we can get this in here. Boy, I really should have done some quality control before I did this. And sorry.
It's okay.
It's great TV. All right. There we go.
Here you go. I see it too.
There we go. Okay, so now you can see it's starting to get more on the bluish end of the spectrum here. Let me just get a little bit more of this in here. Sorry, folks. We'll get this.
You're gonna get splashed.
Oh, in there. There we go. Okay. So now our stomach's nice and neutralized. Okay.
Our stomach is happy.
Our stomach is happy, but as with a lot of things, now that our stomach's happy, hey, we can eat some more.
Now it's time for dessert.
It's time for dessert, and we start the process over again. Your stomach starts to produce some more acid. Okay. And as you can see, it starts to go back, and you can see it's cloudy right now.
Right.
And the reason for that is because this is a suspension, and so as it doesn't all dissolve. So as you add more acid in, some more of it will dissolve, And
so it's starting to turn back blue.
It's starting to turn back to the blue color.
To happen because
it's buffered.
Right.
Eventually, we can add enough of this acid to change it all back, and it will be clear again. And I'll do that here in just a second, so you can see that.
Our stomach's
eventually,
really happy right now.
There you go.
Yeah, it's very happy. Now we can add some more acid to it.
Now seconds dessert.
Yes. And
pumpkin pie and pecan pie.
Right.
And that was after the chirpumple. This is the chirpumple stomach.
Now this will continue to go. Now I feel really bad because I should have bought some new. I thought this was okay and I didn't check it out because this is a lot more spectacular if you have some new stuff.
We do recommend that you use any milk with magnesia that is not past its expiration date.
Didn't expire in 2010.
That's right. I had no idea. This has been sitting in my lab since then. It was probably the last time I did this on the show. As you can see, it's going back to blue again. So we can just add a bunch here and maybe we can get it to go clear.
What happened? What does that mean for your stomach when it goes clear again?
Well, it's just that this is all gone and it's not buffered anymore, and so.
But it'd be neutral.
It'll be it might be. Well, no, it's going to be acidic just because you have acid in your.
Oh, it's cloudy, but you can see it's starting.
It's starting to clear up, and you can start to see the spinner again.
Yeah.
So we've pretty much neutralized all the neutralizing power, but we've added quite a bit of acid to this, as you can see.
Right.
And this is a lot bigger than your stomach. So.
There we go. Hopefully.
So,
anyway.
So eventually, it goes away, and you may need to take some more. Okay, but you can continue. You don't want to take too much of this. If you have that much of a problem, then you probably should see a doctor.
Only the recommended doses, please.
But as you can see how that goes, but that's how an antacid works. Is it neutralizes the acid as it comes in, and it also, because it's not all dissolved. As long as it stays in your stomach, it'll continue to dissolve and continue buffering that acid and keep you happy for a while. And a lot of these add aspirin to it too to make you feel better, about other things.
So maybe keep some of that on the buffet table for Thanksgiving dinner.
That's it. Well, you can make them like dinner mints.
There you go. There, that's what we need. Right, keep your guests happy.
Jesse Miller, thanks again for the Thanksgiving chemistry lesson. We all have happy tummies now. We'll be right back.
All right.